Oh, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, hopefully the most on your house shall is blessing your day. Hold on. Yeah, first and foremost, hopefully most on your house shall is blessing your day. By his mercies you are consumed. We're alive in the most on your house shall's body. And two, we're naturally alive. That's why I'm going to this, man. You know what it is too, man? I saw honestly, man, that's why I like honestly, let's get since we in Proverbs right now. Um Proverbs chapter 3 and 6, like we always say, man, especially when it first came in, especially now that, because before I came into knowledge, before I came into word, man, I would like brothers like Chronicles of Judah, even years before that, Professor Griff, things of that nature for Public Enemy. Then later on, the Most High and Yahushua led me to brothers like Chronicles of Judah to get me into the word, get me into the knowledge. Then, I just didn't cat, um, but now, even then, I was looking at like analyzing things, more so as movies, something like that with the bigger meaning. But now, being in the word, looking at things from with spiritual eyes and ears, man. Because yesterday, of course, we talk about. That's why a lot of times here we like do different things on for movies and TV and things of that nature and other things. But because I do have a separate movie channel, but that's neither here nor there. But because last night I saw Final Destination with my homies, man, with my homie, and yeah, maybe it's not like a Book of Clarence per se or Sinners per se, but there was still honestly, but shoot, this had some biblical message movie in it, man, because that's why we watch things with spiritual eyes and ears, man, to watch and listen to things with spiritual eyes and ears, man, like Tupac said back in the day. I think Tupac said, "Real lies, real lies, real lies," and also too, this looking at things from a spiritual aspect, man. That's part of acknowledging the Most High House in all your ways, man. Seeing Him because they are life, so you're seeing them at every aspect of life. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 6. It says, in all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path. So yeah, man. So and that's what the thing is too, man. Because watch things and listen to things spiritually, man. Because we even talked about. And I like doing this, man. Shout out to even the elder brother Zabak HOR, because they do stuff like that, like movie reviews going into spiritual meaning of it, man. But here's the thing about this, man. And also too, we did Book of Clarence on here, and other movies as well. But I'm talking about movies that came out that I seen, because we talk about other movies as well, like different clips and things. And that you're right. A lot of times too, I use them we talk about them as examples when we going over the word, So uh yeah, because we did Gladiator 2, Book of Clarence, Gladiator 2, Sinners, and Final Destination. There's some other movies as well, but those are the ones I saw in theaters and did. But anyway, but this just goes to show you, man, because you know what it is too. That's why in the Final Destination, because it's actually confirms what the word says, man. Honestly, because you know what? Let me say this too. Speaking of coming into knowledge, coming into word, because first and foremost, y'all brothers and sisters, like myself, I came in the conventional way. Listen, we're the people of the book, we're the Israelites, they're the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or the Israelites, and and cause also too the law, statutes, commandments. Now, as trying to spiritually mature now, growing in the faith. Honestly, trying to grow in the faith even more, inwardly, man. You read things from the realizing the testimony, the witness, the gospel, the new covenant, man. The whole thing is about the Most High house, man. Because also too, in that within that, we come in we, and a lot of times too, when we think this thing about the enemies, right, we think about one of the Most High Hashaw's enemies and our enemies, the Psalms 83, the other nations. But the ultimate enemy since with the beginning was sin and death, honestly, man. So and that's what Yahushua came to free us from. Ultimately was captive the sin and death, to save us from ourselves. And this is what this movie showed, man, because the ultimate enemy is death, because that's the one thing the man can't beat is death, man. So and that's what, if you read it, man, that's what they were trying to do. Also too, we're gonna get into the second on the natural side as well. We're gonna go to the second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 9, because on the natural tip, y'all seen the movie as I think brothers in the Discord I posted that, man. It's elements of that, the end of Esau's kingdom, and it doesn't see the movie Tony. I don't want to spoil the movie, but pretty much the Jake survives it, man. But and I'll get spoiled. I'll give a spoiler review. Tony Todd, rest in peace. He passed away. The iconic character Candyman, the guy that played Candyman. Also, he was in Final Destination as well, and some other things. He passed away, but he actually survives. And, in the scene, he's the only one in the movie that he the only one movie that really spoke right, like that. Listen, took the acceptance of death. Listen, we're gonna die either way, so we might as well just live your life, man. So, but all the rest of the Edomites in the movie, they was trying to ways to what you call them, like try to beat death, and you can't. That's the ultimate enemy. So let's get this First Corinthians 15, man. Then we're gonna get Ecclesiastes. Yeah, man. That's the ultimate enemy, man. It is. And that's why we go into the whole sell your soul thing. Like, man, you can't sell your soul because it don't belong to you. Because what he's saying, Ezekiel, all souls are mine. And even in Ecclesiastes, man, we're gonna get into it, man. First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 26. It says, the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. So yeah, man. And that's what it is. And no man could do that but Yahushua, man, or the Most High manifested in the flesh himself, man, which was Yahushua, man. Of course, we talk about this all the time. The Most High, of course, they're two, he wasn't the Father. He wasn't the Most High and Yahushua. Of course, they're two separate entities, but Yahushua was the Most High, he was the living embodiment of him, man. So that's the only one that could save us, from make us immortal again. The second Adam, man, to make us mortal. Because Wisdom of Solomon 2 is actually right here. 1. Let's get 2 and 23 real quick. 2 and 23. It says, for Yahweh created man to be immortal, and it made him in the image of his own eternity. Exactly. So, but nevertheless, verse 24, through envy of the devil came in the world, and they that take hold of his side shall find it. So yeah, man, that's what it is, man. So, and nothing can stand before envy. So that's why death is the ultimate enemy, man. So yeah, man, but that's why the Most High and Yahushua overcame sin and death, man. That's the ultimate captivity that we're in. That's the Job captivity, honestly, the inward captivity, because Job, that's just is what it is, man. My bad, man. So yeah, my bad. Somebody messaging me. It says the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. So yeah, let's get Ecclesiastes 8 and 8 real quick, man. Yeah. Cause you notice, man, if y'all seen a movie, man, that's the thing you can't. Here's the thing too. This is why a lot of times atheists and other people, that's why people don't even know why we die. That's the only thing, really. There's a lot of things man can't answer, but that's really the ultimate thing man can't answer. Let's get this Ecclesiastes 8 and 8. This will be my takeaway scripture from the whole movie, because a lot of times too, when different movies we talk about on here, we talk about on here. It's like a takeaway scripture, that we talk about that comes to mind. Because when I saw Book of Clarence last year, last year, it was Isaiah 29:24. Men that murmur shall learn doctrine. Because y'all seen it. And Gladiator 2, not so much. I just looked at it as a historical standpoint and things of that nature. But we talked about it a little bit. But yeah, that's an outlier right there. But with sinners, man, it was a lot, but it was like the Proverbs 24 and don't envy sinners. That was pretty much the takeaway scripture. That was one of the takeaway scriptures. That was the main one that came to my mind. But but this one with Final Destination, with this one, it's more of Ecclesiastes 8 and 8. Cause yeah, Ecclesiastes 8 and 8. It says, there is no man that has power over over the spirit to retain the spirit. Neither have he had the power in the day of death. Exactly, because like Ezekiel said, and actually, I just read this in Wisdom of Solomon 3. I just finished up Wisdom of Solomon 3. All praise the Most High Yahushua. I'm about to grab that too. In the day of death, and there is no discharge in that war. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. So yeah, it says there is no man. Let's get Ecclesiastes 8 and 8. It says there is no man have the power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Neither have the power in the day of death, and there is no discharge in that war. Neither can wickedness deliver those that are given into it. Yeah, let's get this wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh. There shall no torment touch them. So yeah, exactly, man. So yeah, that's why you can't sell your soul. Because listen, like no, see, you can't sell your soul to Satan, because Satan don't got, like, because at the end of the statement, Satan's gonna get the final judgment as well. It did, but also too, it says Ezekiel 18, man, like all souls are in the in the hands of the Most High Yahushua, man. And also too, what did he say? What did Yahushua say? Fear the one that can kill the body and soul, man. So that's just what it is. So yeah, he's like, yeah. So that's at the end of the day, that's just is what it is. So like, that's why even in Sirach it goes into, oh my gosh, even in Esdras and Sirach it goes into, like, yeah, yeah. Let's get that in Sirach real quick, man. Because this is actually what in the movie, like in the roundabout way, that the character Tony Todd's character, I forgot his name, he said, man, and he was at peace with it. That's why, like, he's like, yeah. But you don't know the day that you die, man. It is what it is. But let's grab this uh uh yeah, exactly. Yep. Ecclesiastes chapter, and this one, something I gotta get, because it is on the national tip, man. I still kind of like, nobody, like, wants to die, really, like, nobody wants to die at the like, so from natural tip, it's understandable as a human being, because listen, man, these were like, shoot, Hezekiah, we've seen it, because James 5:17, man, these were like, man, that like people that would like passion just like us, man. Hezekiah didn't want to die, so it's natural, like but some men were ready to die, like Moses, Tobit, Elijah. So, but even Yahushua was sorrowful in the death, man. So it's like, even if Yahushua himself, Christ himself, then yeah. But but not having faith in Most High Yahushua and living according to the promises, and like having faith in the unseen, and like and having like that hope you could resurrect as he did. If you walk as he walked, you resurrected as he resurrected and live forever. And like in the place of pleasure, in the garden, in the Most High's kingdom. Then that's just is what it is. But yeah, man. But here it is. Well, then go to Second Esdras 7. At this, it says Ecclesiastes chapter 41 and verse 3. It says, "Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee, and them that come after thee. For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh." So yeah, and also too, I think the Asian dude in the movie kind of like figured this out as well. That's why he really didn't die like everybody else that tried to rebel against death, because that's the will of the Lord. That's like we just read. Listen, that's the sentence ever since in the garden. That's what happened. But Yahushua overcame that. Second Adam overcame that. But gave us power by believing in him in the Most High to overcome that. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Let's get wisdom of Solomon chapter 41 verses. Read again. Fear not the sons of death. Remember them that have been before thee, but that come after, and them that come after. For this is the sentence over the Lord over all flesh. Verse 4. It says, "Why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? And there is no inquisition in the grave. Whether thou hast lived 10 or 100 or 1,000 years, you still gonna die. Yeah, whether it's 10 years, 1,000 years, and or 100 or 100 or 100 or 1,000, you're still gonna die. Exactly. So that's what but that's why even in that, like, it depends on what you do. That's why, like, even if you lived a short amount of time, you please the Most High Yahushua so much, man. Like, that's why Enoch did, man. Wisdom of Solomon. This is another conversation for another day, but we're gonna briefly touch about it in here, since we just run. I just read Wisdom of Solomon, man, because Enoch was so faithful and like perfect in the Most High Yahushua's in the Most High Yahushua's what you call him what you call him well, he didn't live on earth in, like, a long period. He wasn't on earth a long period of time, but like, that's is what it is. That's where the Isaiah chapter 57:1 comes in. But and also 2 Kings 22 and 20, I believe. But anyway, he being perfect in a short time fulfilled a long time. So yeah, man. Even if you live like, even if like you didn't live a long time, man. If you was like a faithful person to faithful and righteous person in the Most High in Yahshua's eyes, man. Shoot, that's like a long time. You accomplished more than anybody in a long period of time, man. It's I always use this on a natural example. That's why people like are attracted to or like the legacy of a Tupac or Bruce Lee, even though they didn't live a long period of time, but look how much they accomplished, or even like a big or people that died young, like this on a natural tip. Of course, they weren't like they didn't believe in the word or they wasn't righteous. The Most High Yahweh. I'm just using eyesight, of course, but I'm just using that as a natural tip, man. But you can accomplish so much. But that's what goes back into what we just read in Sirach. Whether you live 10, 1,000, 100, something like that. It's all about how you live your life, man. So because honestly, man, it's just like it's certain people that have it, like they're shoot. It's certainly even like athletes or sports, like even like musicians or athletes or heck, even actors that in the like their body of work, even though it's short, it matches like a whole bunch of people's like body of work in their same endeavor but it's like about the quality, like not the quantity sometimes, man. So that's either here or there, man. That's just a natural example, but yeah, let's go to Second Esdras real quick. Second Esdras chapter 7. Cause yeah, man, at the end of the day, man, it should be focused on like the world to come, man. That's why it said that in Second Thessalonians, man. Those that have like don't be sorrowful, and those that die in the Lord, because they'll resurrect again. And that's what kind of the Most High House was kind of telling Ezra's here, man. But this is all about overcoming sin and death, man. That those that watch the Final Destination movie, seen it, man. Like that was kind of one of the main themes of it, man. Was like but it says Second Esdras chapter 15 verse 7 and verse 15. Now therefore why dost thou disquisite thyself, seeing art thou a corruptible man? Why art thou moved? But whereas thou art but mortal, why hast thou not considered in thy mind which that is to come? Yeah, talking about the kingdom that then which is present. Yeah, exactly, man. So kind of going to what he's going into, man. But so yeah, man. That's just really is what it is, man. So that's what, because you know what it is too. Like we always say that speaking of sports, right? Since we already talk about this, like right, say in the NFL, right? Even other leagues, sports leagues, whether it's like even overseas or here, stuff like that, they all have things like geared toward causes through different diseases like cancer. Like for the NFL, they do stuff like that with cancer, and people always do this. They wear pink, F cancer, and this and that. Is it really the disease? Is it really cancer, or is it death? Like, so it's really death. That's what people are like, upset about. That's the ultimate enemy. But man thinks it can overcome it itself, or like, but you can't unless with the Most High house shot, man. That's the only way you can come. Like, he's the door. And ironically enough, if y'all seen the movie, that's what Tony Todd his last, he leaves this movie because he's only in one scene pretty much, and after everything that he said, he goes through the door, and that's John 10, like going through the door, which is Yahushua. That's the only way you can overcome death. But anyway, yeah, man. So that's just is what it is. I remember Kevin Hart, on Laugh at My Pain, his comedy special, man. He made a joke. It really was a real experience for him. But his mom passed away from cancer, actually, and he had his crazy uncle. Y'all that watch Kevin Hart specials or knows Kevin Hart's comedy, his comedy catalog. Y'all know it was I forgot his name, Uncle Richie, but he said after the funeral his uncle showed up and said, well, he said he thought he was like he wanted some payback. He's like, yo, who did this? He said, who did this? And like Kevin Hart was just confused. He's like, what? Then he said it again. He's like, oh, he died from cancer. Then he said, whoever, all right, well, tell cancer I'm gonna shoot him in the face. But it was funny, but it's real talk though. People will really have that mentality though. That's why, like, they might not have that like on that type of like low level type of mindset. But that's how people think, like, oh, F cancer or F this disease or this COVID or this disease. Like, no, it's really death that they're mad at. That's not the disease itself. But that's the ultimate. That's why it's the ultimate enemy, man. It's like the last boss in a video game, man. It's sin and death. That's the ultimate enemy. I get it. Naturally, yes. Well, we will the nation like Israel get redeemed from the Most High house are our enemies? Yeah, but the big picture is really sin and death, man. Honestly, that's what it is, and to be immortal, man, because that was a plan for the from the beginning, man. Go back to a place of pleasure, going back to the garden, man. And that's why Wisdom of Solomon 1 says the white righteousness is immortal, and Second Peter goes into we do. Let's grab this real quick. Wisdom of Solomon, then we're gonna hit the second edges, man, because. Yeah, man. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 verse 15. For righteousness is immortal. So let's get this Second Peter 3 real quick, man. So that's what Peter is going into, man. Second Peter chapter 3 verse 13. It says, nevertheless, we look nevertheless, according to his promise, according to the promises, look for a new heavens and new earth, wherein doeth righteousness. So yeah. That's what Isaiah is going into, man. How, this world will be forgotten, man. And the regeneration is pretty much the creation all over again, because the Most High tells you to end from the beginning. So all this stuff, man, it's crazy that, like Psalms 126 says, captivity would just be like a dream. Not only natural captivity, but captivity against sin and death as well, man. But I always think about this too when I think about that, man. How this world is going to be forgotten, this past. That's crazy, man. Think about how big a Michael Jackson was, or Michael Jordan, or this person, all the biggest events, or all the wars, the Pearl Harbors, the Hiroshimas, and shoot, even the time of the flood, all this stuff, man. Even the world that you won, because I'm using natural examples, the world that that Yahushua was crucified on, killed on, or everything that's written here, that's going to be soon, past. It's going to be forgotten about, man. It's going to be, the whole new heavens and new earth, man. So, yeah, man, that's crazy. But let's get this, second edges real quick, man. Because, yeah, that's what pretty much that's what this was that was also a theme in the movie. At the end of Esau's kingdom, pretty much, because that's why Jake, Tony Todd, his character, I forgot his character in the name. His name was the character in the movie. That's why he survived, at the end, man. And he went through the door, which is Yahushua. And so it says for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. Because all, and also to a natural tip is going to how Esau went to preserve their kingdom and to preserve their world. If y'all see the movie, pretty much they said the character that not the character. I mean, Death had a pretty much was after their bloodline, pretty much, and it was all Edomites, because it was. If y'all see the movie, y'all seen it, but pretty much that's what a theme of that movie was. But hopefully it's edifying, man. Much love to y'all brothers and sisters. So yeah, so peace.